What's up, everybody? I know it's been a while since we've had an update on the Miata because we've been working on other projects. We've actually got quite a bit of it broken loose. You can see the drive shaft, the exhaust is off. There's like 4 bolts holding the transmission left, shifter's getting ready to come out. So it's basically ready for the 5-speed. One thing that was holding me up was I had pulled the old radiator and was waiting on a new one. And I picked up this one from DNA Motorsports. I've used their radiator before on an 8.6. I've used a few of their parts before. They're not that bad. They used to sponsor Formula D cars. It is Chinese stuff, but there is rumors floating around that DNA buys their cores from the same shop in China that another major radiator manufacturer does, and then just welds their own end tanks on it like the other company does. So the cores themselves are supposed to be pretty good. The end tanks, not so much. But one thing I noticed was, I was looking here, if I can grab a hold of it, there's literally a few little pieces of aluminum loose in there. Now, I've heard people say before that when you buy a radiator, an oil cooler, transmission cooler, anything like that, you should wash it out, flush it. I've seen people buy Greddy oil pans or ISR oil pans or whatever and get them and have sand in them. So what I'm going to do is I have my bucket here with my grit guard. We're going to flush this thing out and see if anything comes out, any metal shavings, anything like that. Just for curiosity's sake, to see if that's something you should do. I do agree with the logic behind it of why you should do it, but we're going to find out if anything does come out. So here we go, guys. So what we're going to do, like I said, is I have my bucket here with my grit guard. I am literally going to put the lower outlet like such. Put the lower outlet like such. Spray in the upper inlet. Let it roll through till it gets, you know, decently full. And then also what I'm going to do is probably pull the drain plug and run it through that part. Let's rinse the water out. Okay, so now what we're going to do see if anything comes out the drain plug when we flush it. All right. Difference this way. You guys think it'll come out the drain plug or the lower first? Oh, we're getting stuff out the drain plug. Let that run for a little while. Okay, so we did a quick just flow through with some water of the radiator. You can see the stock one there too, the stock fans. And using my grit guard in my Adams bucket. There's a little bit of dirt. But there is nothing like crazy, like no metal shavings, no sand, no nothing. There's a little bit of dirt in there, which is to be expected, and that could also be residual dirt left over inside the bucket or on the grit guard from last time I used it. But I did wash out the bucket pretty well. It's always a good idea to flush everything, whether it's new or used, just to be safe. There might be some stuff floating around there. This radiator actually came out pretty clean. Like I said, there is a little bit of dirt in there, but nothing crazy. So This was just a quick little experiment. I wish I could really somehow pressure test that to flush it that way. I feel like that would probably get a little bit more out. But this was just a quick little fill up the water, let it drain out test. So this is just something you should do whenever you buy any part that involves any type of fluid, whether it's oil or transmission fluid or coolant. Always make sure it's clean, because if there's anything in there, you don't want to introduce that into your new system. I've seen people buy oil coolers and then be full of metal shavings because the car they bought them off of spun a rod, and all those metal shavings go in the cooler core and then get caught, and then when you put them in your new motor, you reintroduce all that into your new engine. So it's just something to think about, guys. A little bit of safety, a little bit of caution goes a long way. Reintroduce. Sorry, Black. That'll be a good outro. I caught it.